Captain's Log, Crew of the Bouncy. The Adventures of Captain Bob. Pirate Olympics.
Nigel Piddlewad reporting for the BBC. Welcome to the 250th Pirate Olympics. We only have 4 pirate teams competing this year. Oh, we only have 3 teams competing this year. One of the teams just barely qualified at the last minute. That would be Captain Bob and his crew. Captain Bob had an overdue library book to qualify as a true pirate. I'm coming to you from the deck of the Bouncy, Captain Bob's ship. It's going to be an exciting few days here at the Pirate Olympics. We are only minutes from the start. On this board are the events that will take place on board ship and nearby island. Let me read the events for you. Here are the events: plank walking, yard arm swing, rat toss, skull bowling, rum barrel rolling, and last but not least, probably the most exciting event, cannon dodge ball. All the crews will be competing for the coveted Don Amici Cup and a year's supply of dried eel jerky. Donated by our sponsor, Eels Are Us. Yes, Eels Are Us. The eels with appeals. Bring the whole crew down. 1313 Cutthroat Lane. Eels Are Us. I'm here with Melanie Mange, 3-time winner of skull bowling and all-time champion in the cat toss, which is no longer an event. Welcome, Melanie.
Thanks, Nigel. It's a real honor to be here.
Now it's time to introduce our competitors for this year's Pirate Olympics, starting with Captain Carl's crew. By the way, Captain Carl is the older brother of Captain Bob. Bug-Eye Bailey, Horrible Harold Dunwitty, and Mongo. This crew looks to be a real contender for the Don Amici Cup. Well, Melanie, who's up next?
Well, that would be Captain Dorcas, wearing Armani with a striking red beret, and her crew. First up, Weasel Willie, Gunnar Gunderson, and the accountant.
Last and probably least, Captain Bob and his crew. Captain Bob will be trying hard to beat his elder, smarter, taller brother. Sibling rivalry. Bob has always come in second to Captain Carl. Now here's his crew. First mate, Sailor Bill, received his training in the Sahara Navy. Scurvy Doug. Some say he was raised by sea lions. Others say he was a driving instructor on the Jersey Shore. Seaman Bird, spelled with an E. He will tell you he received his injuries in battle, but it was really a badminton accident. First up is plank walking. Now here is how the plank walking event works. A crew member is blindfolded and walks the plank, while other crews throw fish. You get extra point for your dance moves. If you fall, you lose and receive no points, and you might get eaten by sharks. Now, back to Melanie Mange.
Thanks, Nigel. Now let's go out and watch the rum barrel rolling competition.
And they're off. Seaman Bird in the lead, Bug-Eye Bailey and Weasel Willie.
This is Horatio Hornbottom reporting for the Pirate Channel. Looks like Seaman Bird has won by 2 barrel lengths, but the judges gave the points to Weasel Willie on style points. Willie juggled eels while rolling his barrel. He probably got his eels at Eels Are Us, the eels with appeals. 1313 Cutthroat Lane. Eels Are Us. Back to Nigel Piddlewad at the BBC.
We have an important Olympic update. Let's go now to Melanie Mange and the rat toss.
I'm at the rat toss where judges have just taken away the points from Captain Carl's team. It was discovered they were letting the air out of the rats to make them easier to throw. You wouldn't think a pirate would be more trustworthy. Oh well, back to you, Nigel.
Here is how the yard arm swing event works. One team member swings and your opponent tries to shoot the rope. Extra points for style. Points are deducted if you hit the swinger. Okay, now let's talk about the cannon dodgeball event. Each captain fires cannonballs at the opposing crew member. Points are scored on hits and the agility of the crew member being fired at. Simple. Looks like Captain Dorcas is the big winner. Well, it's come down to one event, skull bowling. At this time we usually show highlights of all the other events. But there weren't any highlights. So let's talk about the upcoming skull bowling event. Melanie, what's your thoughts?
It's all come down to a match between Captain Carl and Captain Bob. Captain Dorcas has already posted her score. She is going to be hard to beat. Captain Carl is acting cocky, as usual. As for Captain Bob, he has never beaten his brother in anything. Will this be the day? Probably not.
Thanks, Melanie. We'll join you on deck after this important message.
Eel beer. Pirate approved. Eels are us bottling company.
Okay, we're getting ready for Captain Carl's first shot. As everyone knows, you only get 2 shots at skull bowling. The one who knocks the most skulls off the lane is the winner. Here we go. Oh no, Captain Carl's ball was blocked by a rat. Too bad. He still has one more shot. Now, what do we have here? Captain Carl is so confident he's blindfolded himself for his final shot. This should be good. Captain Carl is looking pretty confident. He's a real show-off. Here we go, last shot. That's probably not going to be too good for crew morale. Mongo's going to be really mad once he's out of the water. Okay, here's how it stands. If Captain Bob can knock down 1 skull, he will clinch the silver medal and beat his older, smarter, taller brother. His first shot dropped on his toe. This is it. I think we have time for a word from our sponsor.
Have you ever dreamed of being a pirate, buccaneer, or a rogue? Now's your chance. Enroll today in the One-Eyed Willis School of Piracy. Learn the art of plundering, pillaging, and how to speak piratese. Our instructors will teach you pirate fashion. Sign up today, don't delay. Operators are standing by.
Meanwhile, Captain Bob's ball is almost there. The ball has stopped, but the ball scared the rats, which tumbled a skull. It counts. Silver medal. Well, it's been a great Pirate Olympics. Captain Dorcas takes the gold and the Don Amici trophy. Captain Bob gets the silver and Captain Carl the bronze. I'd like to thank Melanie Mange and our sponsor Eels Are Us. Until next year, this is Nigel Piddlewan for the BBC.
Thank you.